Good morning, everyone. I hope your September is rolling along lovely, nicely with all this great weather that we've been having over the past week or so. It's been a while since I've done a video. Summer just kind of breezed right by, and now here we are, back to the routine. And in one of the last videos I posted in July, I had started talking about primitive reflexes. These are the reflexes that babies have to help them to learn and integrate movement. So I'd like to deep dive over the next few weeks, specifically into some of the reflexes that we work that affect the visual processes. And today I'm going to talk about the Tonic Labyrinthine Reflex, TLR for short, because that's a mouthful. So the TLR is developed in utero, and we will see it a lot because a baby in utero is compressed. The head's forward, the body's forward. The alternate side of that is that when the head moves back, the body extends. Arms stretch out, the legs stretch out. This helps with the birth process. Kind of cool. And as the baby comes out, and that flexion and extension, and the body curls in and flexes out, helps them to develop the head tone so that they can then work their balance and the anti-gravity concepts of the body. The forward motion will usually be fully integrated, meaning if the baby's head goes forward, the body no longer contracts, is usually integrated at about 4 months of age. The flexion will integrate, and this is a larger span, will integrate between 6 weeks and 3 years. So when the head goes back, the body doesn't automatically flop back with it. This forward and back movement, extension, flexion helps the person, the baby, the child differentiate front and back. These muscles contract, these muscles relax. That kind of idea. This is the precursor for them to develop the abilities for lifting their head, rolling, sitting, crawling, walking, and up to running. It helps them develop their balance. It helps them develop hearing, being able to piece out that sound amongst all the other sounds that they need to pay attention to. It helps them localize, what side did I hear that sound from? It helps them develop the visual processes in looking at particular areas. So it's a simple thing, the head flexes, the body flexes, and yet ties into a lot of other things that we do. The offside of this is when this is not properly integrated. So the child did not have enough tummy time, did not do enough tummy crawling. So this reflex is still what we call active. Then we see that that person or that child will have poor posture. They tend to slouch. They tire quickly. They stand up and within 5 minutes, I'm tired, my legs are sore. You will often see them sitting in the classroom or taking notes, and then all of a sudden their head's in their hand, and then next thing you know, they're laying on the desk. Their spatial and body awareness is off. They don't know where they are in space. They're typically uncoordinated. They don't like sports. They have poor sequencing and organization. They don't know what the first step is that they need to do to lead to the second, to the third, to be able to complete a task. They'll a lot of times have difficulties swimming, getting underwater, backing out of water, being able to move. Stairs can be difficult. Their movements can be floppy or jerky. They will have low energy. They will either not want to try something, or if they do try something, the minute it gets difficult, they give up easily. They don't want to pursue it. In the ocular world, in our world, what we will see is they will have a hard time looking near, looking far. Things that we do in the classroom, when we're driving, in the boardroom. We look close, we look far. Flexion, extension. They didn't learn it in the body, therefore it's difficult for them to figure it out with the eyes. They will have poor spatial awareness. They will bump into things often. They will be the child who knocks the milk glass at the table every night at dinner. And also they will have difficulties with depth perception and figure ground. What figure ground is there's an object and there's other things around it and they have to find that object. They have a hard time finding it. They can't source out that point of interest out of the clutter that's in the background. So when I do my testing, I do check for this reflex activity. I look to see if it's integrated or not. And then based on that, we can then integrate that into the vision therapy program to ensure that that body awareness is well developed so that they can develop the proper visual skills. They can develop that can-do attitude. They tend to be not to be so floppy. They have more endurance. They can sit properly. Their posture's better. And when your posture's better, your eye alignment is better. And then you can look at your world from a more centered environment. It's really kind of cool how one little thing can dovetail into all sorts of other things. The other cool fact about this reflex, if it's active, a lot of times associated to motion sickness. So, if you're curious, my child or myself has motion sickness, maybe this guy's active. Send me a message. Let's figure it out. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.